Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing this morning? Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday to everyone. Giving honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because he's so worthy to be acknowledged and praised. It's your girl, Miss Debs, coming to you from Deborah's Delicious Dishes here in my kitchen. It's time for me to tell my story. Come take a walk with me and hear it from a woman who's been through it, who's going through it, who came from it, and who's still learning and searching. But I feel like I finally got it right. I got a hold to the one who knows all, who sees all, who knows me, who made me, and who can mold me and make me to be the woman that I should become. Let's start from the beginning. Good morning, all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Do you ever feel like it's so hard for you to forgive? It's so hard to move on from where you came from or what you went through. You know, we as people, generally, we want to forgive. We want to get things right and do it right and start over and to forgive and be forgiven. But sometimes it's hard. I have to start from the beginning. My mom and my dad divorced early on. I was the seventh child. And I was raised by my mom, which she did a hell of a job. She did the best that she knew how to do with the tools that she was given, stemming from her childhood, the way she was brought up with her mom and her dad. I idolized my mom because that's all I knew. My siblings were down south with their dad, which was my dad also, and his mom. So my mom came up here to make a better life. And she was such a strong woman. Bertha, they don't even make them like you anymore, sister. May you rest in heaven, because I know that's where you wound it up at. She did the best she could as a mom. Single-handedly, she brought all 7 of her children up here. She started with me first, the baby, so I'm a Jersey girl, because I've been up here since I was 6 months. So I don't know anything about the South. But she brought me up here. She worked numerous jobs, and she started bringing the other children up here, you know, gradually through time. Well, she made it to get all of us up here. Okay, so I start off with that because you have to start from substance to get to where you're at now, right? You have to see what built you, what made you into the person that you are today. So, I thank my mom for everything that she did for me, everything she tried to do for us, because, like I said, she was a heck of a woman. She always had jobs. We never really spent a lot of time with my mom because she was a single mother and she was always out here working, trying to do what she had to do to support and survive and to, you know, make a life for us. So, in turn, it made me a strong woman because I was raised by a strong woman. So, I am strong. But I am a person that's loving, you know, like I've been through so much in my life, and I can really blame myself for some of it because in this world, ideally, we want that husband, we want that family, we want that house with the white picket fence. I know that was one of my dreams. I thought when I met the man, I thought my dreams, I would be riding off in the sunset. He was my knight in shining armor. All those cliches you want to say that goes on with a man that's supposed to protect and take care and honor his wife and his family. So I looked for that, yeah. But through the years and as I grew older and I learned, I think I looked for it in the wrong places. I think I was trying to put a puzzle together that the pieces just wasn't fitting. And I'm not talking about my ex-husband. But I just think I chose him for the wrong reasons because ideally, I wanted it to be for the right reasons. I wanted to have that husband that would provide and protect us, and he's my king and I'm his queen, and we're going to raise these children and we're not going to have no troubles in the world. No, it don't work like that. The real world said, not so, sister. So, getting to that, it's like the things I went through in my marriage, it wasn't all bad and it wasn't all good. Through time, I realized I had really married the wrong person. And sometimes I used to tell myself, well, Dad, just forget and move forward. I never believed that you can move forward and you could graduate in a bigger step, or like climbing up that ladder of being who you are, to learning your emotions, your feelings, how to deal with life situations. I never thought you could move forward in that aspect if you keep looking behind you, because what's behind you, always said, is behind you. But sometimes I realize you have to look behind you to move forward, because you grow character, you grow strength, you learn what you're about and what you can go through, and you learn to get stronger, and you learn to say to yourself, okay, this is what I went through. I don't want to go back into that again. I want to move forward, because my life was stagnated when I was there, because I was just learning myself. I was learning him. I was learning what it was like to be in a relationship, to be a woman who have children. Because I had my first son when I was young, when I was only 16 years old. I'm not proud of it, but no, I'm not going to say my son was a mistake, because he wasn't to me. I love my son. He's my firstborn. He taught me character. He helped me grow. He was like my little father, my friend, my brother, my son, because I was a child myself. But getting through that and getting into relationships that I felt like it hurt me, but in a sense it helped me. Can you understand that? Because if I wouldn't have gone through those changes and those trials and errors and learning and hurt and pain and confusion, and if I wouldn't have went through that, then it wouldn't make me the woman. It wouldn't have made me the woman that I am today. To stand before you. Yes, I was a broken woman, but God is putting those pieces back together again, and in a better way than I could have ever imagined in my life. I had 2 long-term relationships, and I always say, why did they come in my life, or why did I allow the time frame that we had with each other to last as long as it did? Because you know what? It built me. It built me, and it made me who I am today. Like some people, I remember 2 in particular ladies had told me before, you're kind of hard, like you don't have feelings, like you just let stuff roll off, That was the facade I was putting up, because I said if I blocked my feelings, and if I didn't wear my heart on my sleeve, and I didn't show people that inner soft side of me, that broken eggshell, then I couldn't let people use me and get over on me. And I wanted people to say, look at me, here I am, a woman, I'm a queen, I'm strong, look at me, watch, hear my roar. But in the inside, I was hurting, and I was holding back feelings that I hadn't addressed in years. So now, not to be telling all my business, it's my choice, this is my channel, and I do want to share it with some of my subscribers, because they do seem like they're genuine and they care about my emotions and my feelings. And I notice the ones of you guys, when I go through things, you're there, and I see it. Don't think I don't. I see it and I appreciate it. Can we forgive from being wronged, hurt, or can we forgive ourselves? Or why is it so hard for us to forgive ourselves and others that have wronged us? I've been following God throughout my years, right? But this time I'm so dedicated to walk with him. Yes, hold up, I slip and I fall. Sometimes I'd be like, girl, what are you doing? Do you really want to take this walk, and can you handle it? Are you strong enough to take it? Because you're going to get critiqued, commented, criticized. You're going to do some deep soul searching, sister. You're going to remember things about you and things that you've done that you don't even want to remember. You thought you had kindly tucked them up in that drawer, behind the drawer, pushed it on away. And, well, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. No, you're not good. Why is it so hard for us to forgive people that wrong us? Or why is it so hard for us to forgive ourselves when we wrong people or when we wrong ourselves? When you do the ultimate thing that really embarrass you or hurt you and make you question, why did I do that? Or why did I say or think that? Or why did I perform that way? Or why did I act this way? Or why did I judge this person? Or why did I talk about this person? Why was I so hard on myself? Why was I so hard on that person? Who am I to judge? But we have to learn to deep down, really get down deep in us, in our emotions and our feelings. And we need to forgive. A lot of people say, well, I can't forgive. It hurted too much. Or it was too wrong. It was too nasty. He touched. She done me wrong. She messed with my husband. Or I messed with her husband. He messed with my wife. Or my sibling wronged me. My sibling betrayed me. My best friend betrayed me. My kids disrespected me. My husband treat me like I wasn't even his wife. Been through that before too. And when you're constantly trying to be that woman or that mother or that sibling or that best friend or that sister or that grandmother or that cousin or that aunt or that sister-in-law, you lose who you are sometimes, because we as women, we wear so many hats. And I'm not discouraged. I'm just putting the men out of the equation. I'm talking right now from a sister perspective, because that's who I am, and I'm talking about things that we go through. And it's sometimes you put yourself on the back burner because we're wearing so many hats. We trying to be Captain Saver when we should be sister, come take care of me. We should be that damsel in distress that a man take care of and put us up on his shoulders and ride us off in the sunset. That was the fantasy world I was living in. But we have to learn to forgive, because it gives us character. It makes us strong. It makes us move forward. Because when you don't forgive, you're standing in a spot. And it's almost like you're stagnated, like you can't move forward because you have something holding you back. It's like having a weight or a brick, a cement brick laying on your body, your upper body, and you can't get up and move forward because you're holding on to things that you haven't come to grips with, you haven't come to term with. So how can I forgive you and move forward when it's still in my mind, have me in a place where I'm appalled, shocked, angered, depressed, embarrassed, that I would allow myself to go through certain things. So when you wronged me, I held on to that because that's all I had to hold on to. I had to hold on to what I allowed to happen to me. And in turn, that made me feel that I was less than a woman because I was lacking in something, because I wasn't able to move forward. And I felt hurt and ashamed. And I couldn't grasp my feelings and say, okay, people make mistakes. It was wrong what you done. But I forgive you and I move on. And I'm going to tell you why we need to forgive. I've had the whole ultimate hurts done to me in my life. I've told you guys before, I've had many near-death experiences. And I was going on so much in my life that a lot of things that I put in the back of my mind and I forgot about it. The mind is a powerful thing. I was in a couple of car accidents. When I was 6 years old, I got hit by a car, went up in the air. My sister, God bless her, she's dead and resting now. She caught me. She saved my life. I don't know if you guys remember Jack Rocks. You know, the ball and the silver rod jacks. I was playing with them one time, put it in my mouth, and I swallowed it. And I almost died. And my mom was at work, and her best girlfriend was watching us. And she had these long fingernails, and she had actually had to put her hand down my throat, retrieve the jack, and I lived. Like I said, in a couple of car accidents, we used to live in a not so great neighborhood. My mom did the best she could. We always had a beautiful home, apartment. We always had food to eat. We always had clothes. We didn't want for anything, but we wasn't in the best neighborhood because my mom did what she had to do and what she could afford to do with so many children and on her own, doing this on her own. So I was in a couple of, walked into stores and I was in holdups, you know, caught in in the act of someone holding up the store. And this is the honest to God truth. So that happened around about 3 times. And then I worked in a store and we got robbed. By the grace of God, God was there to shield me, and I didn't get killed. You know, these guys had big guns, and it's the truth. It's what happens, and I'm not ashamed of it, because I thank God in the sense that I went through that, because it made me a stronger person. It made me more wise. It made me to be aware of my surroundings. And then just going through a lot with my ex-husband, who I found out wasn't who I thought he was. And you know, I'm not here to condemn him. I don't like a lot of things that he did. Like I said, it wasn't always bad. It wasn't always good. But when you're with somebody for years, you find out who they are, what they are. Like I said, I'm not here to downgrade him and judge him. But I'm just thankful that the good Lord woke me up and got me out of that situation. And got a divorce, and so happy that I did. You know, I thank him for the children that I have. I thank him because I have to look at it like this. If I wouldn't have got with him, and if we wouldn't came together, I wouldn't have my children. So, you know, I don't know where my life would be right now. It would probably be a little better. It probably would be a little worse. I don't know. I can't predict the future, but I'm just glad that that part of my life is over, you know. And he has one of our sons. It is what it is, you know. Like I pray for my son. I call my son constantly. He don't respond, but I put that in God's hand, you know. I thank God for all my children, not just the ones that's here that show me love. I thank God for my other son too. But we as people have to learn to forgive and move on, because if you don't, your life is, you're holding on to something that is infesting inside of you. It's like a sickness. It's like a sore. It's like a cancer. You have to learn to let go. You know, don't keep telling yourself, "Oh no, it was too hard. Nah, they did me wrong. No, that was the ultimate sin, what they did to me. I can't believe this happened to me." You know, sometimes things happen to people that don't deserve it. Sometimes things happen to people and you question why. What could I have done so wrong that they inflicted this pain on me? That they did this wrong to me? That they made me ashamed? Some people never come back from this, guys. But you have to forgive. And I'm going to say that over and over again. A lot of things have happened in my life. I know, no, we're not the same people. We're different. We all have our own DNA. We're all made up in different structures, different sizes, different colors, different mental, we have different ways of thinking. So where I can forgive and move forward, which is not easy. Maybe you can't, or where you can forgive in a certain situation. Maybe I'll be like, I can't. But you know what? I had to tell myself, you have to move forward. You have seeds in the world. You have kids. You don't want that anger to infest so big that it becomes on your outer appearance. And people see that you're angry, you're bitter, you know, in turn, because you were hurt, you lash it out on other people. Some people that's been abused, physically, mentally, sexually, they inflict it on other people, because pain knows pain. And it doesn't make it right. But when you're hurt, sometimes the only way a person can get that hurt off of them is to inflict pain in someone else and hurt someone else. So I feel like this. I try not to judge people, because you never know what a person's been through. Now, when you do someone wrong, or when you hurt someone, or when you do things that you know is not right, and it's going to cause somebody tremendous pain and setbacks in their lives, we shouldn't do that. But everybody is not made up where you can consciously say at this time, oh, I know. Because sometimes people is carrying a lot of stuff up here. Some people don't know when they're doing wrong, or they're at that point where they don't care. But when it happens to us, we have to say, you know, go get help, go get therapy, talk to someone. Don't carry that burden around. No, it was wrong. It was wrong what happened to you. It was wrong who wronged you, or that best friend slept with your husband, or your best friend cheated you out some money, or someone you entrusted something in, a secret you told them, they went and told it to everybody. That's wrong. It's wrong when you're going through things. It's wrong when people take your money. It's wrong when people abuse you, when people beat you, when people physically and emotionally manipulate you. Yeah, that's wrong. But you have to find it in yourself to forgive, because if you don't, then you're living in a world that you're never going to enjoy it, because you're going to always have this in your mind. Well, look what they did to me. Miss Deb, you can say what you want to say, but I just can't forgive. Okay, that's your prerogative. You don't have to forget. But remember, you have children, you have seeds, you have loved ones coming up. Sometimes it's like a generational curse. If you hold that anger and that malice, if you hold all that in, your kids see it. Your grandkids see it. Your children see it. Your loved ones see it. You go into that new relationship, think you and left that old relationship and all that baggage behind, and you'll bring it right into the next relationship. And sometimes it manifests itself into a bigger issue because you couldn't let go of what happened to you in your past. That was my mistake, going into a new relationship with my ex, and we were together for a couple of years. And he kept telling me, Deborah, it seemed like you blaming me for what this other guy did. He had his issues too. But I finally get what he was saying. You know, God knows he had been through a lot in his life too. But it's true, we can bring stuff on. We think we ain't got over this situation. And you come into a whole new realm, and you bring in that baggage and that unsurety and that sadness and that madness and that I can't forgive, so I'm taking it on to the next person. And you know, and I'm wondering why we not getting it right, because you haven't let go, people. You haven't let go of what was holding you down. I wouldn't want to carry that baggage for the rest of my life. What I went through with my ex-husband and the things he did and things I found out about him, I wouldn't want to let go. But I'm going to tell you something. Let it go, guys. Move forward. You have to heal. God bless you. This is your girl, Miss Debs. You can do this. Forgive and move on.